Hello everybody, it's Vinyl Rich here with Vinyl Finds number 59, I believe. I have a record store day update. I have some other few new records and some used. First of all though, there's been a lot of contests going on. And one that I really wanted to enter was Backwoods Metal. He wanted you to pick 5, I believe he said metal albums that you liked that weren't with the original singer. I don't know if I could have done that. I have AC/DC and I don't know about after that. But I did think of some bands that would have been cool. And I came up with I think I'll make a video in the future, that theme, and I'll give a shout out to Backwoods Metal when I do that. Another video contest was Russ Goodall, and his contest, I believe it's over now, but it was show albums or artists from A to Z, and I thought that was a pretty good idea. And after watching a few of those, I was thinking, you know, I should make one of those, and I probably still will, and I'll give a shout out to Russ Goodall if I do that. Backwoods Metal, I watch all his videos. Russ Goodall, I watch some of his videos, other ones I don't. He's been around for a little while. I've been subscribed to him for a little while, and he's gotten a lot better at making the videos. He makes really good videos. I like a lot of his taste, but he does like Eric Clapton, which I find boring. He likes ELO, which I find horrid. But other than that, I mean, you know, we don't all have to agree on what we like, you know. And I want to thank everybody that watched my record store day video. Quite a few people watched it, and probably a lot of them that watched it, when they saw the crap I was showing, they're going, man, what the fuck is this guy showing, you know? Where's the good stuff, you know, the cars? Now that Cars one does look pretty cool, but I decided against it. They did have some of those when I went to the record store. They didn't have the Bowie Cracked Actor, but one that I found that I seen online later, and I'm not a fan of the band, was the Def Leppard one. Man, I'm gonna pick that up. That looks really cool, and I listened to it online, and it's really cool rock music. Good album. But anyways, real quick, these are the ones that I did pick up. The Alien Sex Fiend Edit Overdose. I failed to mention, it did come with a CD. The songs on the CD are not on the album. This is the CD, actually, I kind of dig better. The CD is from their guitar-driven era. The album is, I think, from '86, live stuff, and that's not necessarily my favorite era, but it's a cool album. And I picked up the R.L. Burnside. It's acoustic, unreleased stuff, really cool. It came with a download card. But being the dumbass that I am, I haven't been able to download the stuff yet. And my third record store day purchase was Pol Pot, Pleasure Penthouse by Brian Jonestown Massacre. Great album. This is their early recordings from '91. If you're new to Brian Jonestown Massacre, I don't recommend that as a starting point. It's really cool, but some of their other, actually all their other '90s stuff is really good. Now, I did pick up another record store day release. It's one that Dead Wax 66 showed. It's a band I had never heard of, and it's Crushed Butler. This is a previously unreleased British punk from the underground, 1969 to 1971. There's actually one song from 69, there's one song from 71, and all the rest is recorded in 1970. But this is cool stuff. Really proto-punk, Stooges like. I mean, take a look at these guys. These guys would kick the Stooges' ass, you know? It's a really good album, though. Man, I am so glad I picked it up for $25. This is the insert that came with it. History of the band and whatnot. And it's on black vinyl. Crushed Butler, uncrushed. If you like the Stooges and other proto-punk type stuff, early 70s stuff, I recommend it. Highly recommend it. It's really good stuff. I got a couple other new albums here. This is one I've seen a couple of times on the VC. I believe I saw Dead Wax 66 show this, and I believe I saw this in a B-sides video. It was like in a record store, and this was on the wall. It's called A Fistful of Fuzz. It's a comp. Early 70s, maybe some late 60s. This is not your garage punk stuff. It's more of a psych fuzz. Heavy, hard and heavy psych fuzz. Jimi Hendrix with fuzz. Man, I dig this album. This is I've been buying a lot of comps lately, and this is up there, dude. One of the best ones I've found. And the insert has a picture of all the singles. You're never gonna find these singles, you know, and if you do find them, who's got the money for that shit? And this is the label is cool. Looks like a United Artists type thing. But yeah, I highly recommend that. Fistful of Fuzz. Now I got another new album here. It's probably my favorite current band. Anybody that's watched my videos, they know who this is, and they're probably tired of me saying this, but it's Nod's new album. What's it called? Just Say No to the Psycho Right-Wing Capitalist Fascist Industrial Death Machine. Yeah, that's a mouthful. I mean, I don't really have an issue with that, but in all reality, the right wing, left wing, they're all killing us, man, you know? In fact, I think more people have died under the left wing presidents than they have the right wing. But they're all pretty far out there as far as I'm concerned. They're all playing for the same people. But anyways, the music, this is better than their last album, Mirror. Some of these songs, they almost sound like, you know, regular rock songs. Real Man, Stick in the Wheel, these are pretty cool. The first song, Bodies for Money, is a typical sounding Nod. That kind of, it's an industrial, guitar driven, almost trance like. It's almost like that German rock, you know, that, and it's on Rocket Records. Really cool. I mean, I like this album. I bought the CD, play in the car, and this album did come with a download card, and this is the download card. I don't know if you can read that, but anybody's welcome to that code if you can read it. If you can't read it, I'll you know, text me or send me a message, and I'll give you the information. But anyways, pretty cool. No. Yeah, pretty cool. Now all the rest are used albums. This first one here is a DJ copy, promotional copy of King Crimson USA. I like this era of King Crimson. It's got Lark's Tongues in Aspic Part 2, Lament, Exiles, Ashbury Parks, Easy Money, and 21st Century Man. Really good songs, but I was really disappointed in the sound quality of this. It's not very good. I don't think so. Unless it's just my copy, but yeah, I wasn't impressed. And it's kind of surprising. Most of their live stuff, they have a lot of live albums they're releasing. And they're mostly sound good. And it's on Atlantic. Here's the original sleeve, Atlantic sleeve. And it came with this little promo sheet. This next band here is a little bit different than what I normally show, but it's a band I like a lot. I have a lot of 80s music, but this is one band, I don't have a lot of their albums. I have more of their 12 inches, and this is Depeche Mode, Music for the Masses. Found a really nice clean copy of this. This is, I like this era. The early Depeche Mode albums, they have some great songs, but some of it's a little wimpy for me. I think their first great album is that Black Celebration. I know it's Black something. I really dig that album. I believe this is the album that came out following that, and I really dig this album too. I mean, this album really blew up in the States. And, it's just regular Sire. No big deal there. But yeah, this has the songs Never Let Me Down Again, big hit, and Behind the Wheel. Two songs that I've heard allegedly are about heroin, I don't know. But as wimpy as some of their early stuff is, this album here is the opposite of wimpy. This is the Mentors. I picked this up, I mean, I remember when this came out, I had really no interest in it. It's a live album. Side A is live at the Whiskey A Go Go. Side B is live at the Cathay de Grand. Two great places to see a band. This was never one of my favorite bands, but it's on Mystic Records, and Mystic Records are getting to be kind of collectible. So I thought I would pick it up. I have not listened to this one yet, so. And the Mystic Records label. One thing about this band, I never saw them in concert, but I did see them, and I saw them at the Wally George show. I don't know, people in Southern California, they'll know who Wally George is. He was a TV talk show host, ultra right-wing conservative, out of Orange County, and he's had pretty interesting guests. He had, I think the guy from Youth Brigade's been on there. I saw these guys. Another time I saw the Hags, another punk band there. And these guys, they came out, they had these hoods on, and it was pretty funny. Wally George, it's totally ridiculous. He gets up and tears their hoods off, and it was funny. But I remember the lead singer, I believe he plays bass too. He had a t-shirt on, it was DAMN, D-A-M-N, D-A-M-M maybe. It was Drunks Against Mad Mothers. I thought that was pretty funny. I got this other punk rock album here. I still got this in the plastic, and I'm keeping it totally separated from my other albums. And I'm probably going to just throw this album away. I was really disappointed. I mean, it's a good album. Sick on the Bus. I believe this came out in '99 or something. Punk rock album. And it looks like it's even on colored vinyl. I don't know what I'm gonna try and save this, but I didn't notice it at the time. But it's got mold. There's some black mold here. You can probably, I don't know if you're gonna be able to see it, but it's definitely in here. That's when I noticed it. I go, man, this thing's got mold. And it doesn't smell bad. But I mean, I have a lot of albums. I'll put this one over here. And I don't want this contaminating my collection. And the inner sleeve, or the inner insert, I have it in its own little plastic, an old plastic album cover. Because this thing's got mold on it. I don't know if you can see it right there. But yeah, I don't know. It's not like it's a rare album or nothing, so I just might just trash it. It's not worth taking the chance of fucking up my other records. And talking about other records, man, this one here, I could not believe I found this record. Unbelievable. Jimi Hendrix, live at the LA Forum. Man. Now, I've heard this. In fact, I have a CD, a burnt CD of Hendrix live at the Forum. And this very well may be pressed off of those CDs. I don't know. But it sounds really good. It sounds better than my other bootleg Hendrix. It's a double album. It's on Zipper Records, whatever that is. But yeah, this is really cool. And like I said, it sounds really good. I mean, fantastic. Side 1 is an intro, Tax Free and I Don't Live Today. I mean, Tax Free is a 14-minute song. Side 2 has Red House, Star Spangled Banner, Purple Haze. Side 3 is Spanish Castle Magic, 11-minute version of that, great. Foxy Lady, a 7-minute version of that. And side 4 is Voodoo Child. I mean, it's an 18, almost a 19-minute version of Voodoo Child. Fantastic. Now, I think this is a pretty recent pressing of this, because this album cover, it's really nice, but it's like a single record album cover. There's no way these two records can even fit in there, so I don't know, but I'm glad I have it. I will keep the records outside. I usually don't. I usually like to keep my records inside, because contrary to popular belief, keeping the records inside and then putting a plastic cover, that is the best way to avoid ring wear. Don't keep your records out. If you keep your records here, that record's going to rub on this and you're going to get the ring wear. If you can, if it's a good jacket, keep the records inside, I'm telling you. Got 2 more records here. We got Bob Dylan, Slow Train Coming. This is an 80s Dylan. I don't know exactly when this came out. I believe this is, I don't know, it doesn't matter. We all know this album. This is a little bit of a religious hints on this. I'm not really a lyrics guy, unless the lyrics are really good, and they are on this. This is a really good album. I mean, I really dig this album. I'm very happy I got it, and it's in shrink. Very cool. And my last one I'm going to show here is maybe my favorite Miles Davis album of all. It's Miles Davis, a tribute to Jack Johnson. And what's really cool about this, it's in the shrink, and it's got the Kmart sticker on there. This is a E. I don't know, younger people, they won't remember this, but at Kmart they had like this chart, and you had the A, B, C, D, and E, and the A were the cheapies, the E were the more expensive albums. And I've mentioned before, I bought a lot of my albums at Kmart. I used to, when my parents used to go shopping, I'd go to the record section and just look. But yeah, this is a really good album. If you're not into jazz, and you're not familiar with Miles Davis, but you do like rock, check this out. This is a rock album in a lot of ways. The rhythm section, the drum, and the bass, it's rock. And you got John McLaughlin, fantastic guitars on this. Yeah, Michael Henderson, the bass player, he played with I'm thinking Funkadelic. And you got Billy Cobham on drums. Billy Cobham on this is excellent. And it's on the Columbia, 70s Columbia label. And that's it. I don't know how much time I got left. Let me check real quick. I wanted to say one more thing about Record Store Day and the flippers and all that. I know a lot of people, they get angry with the flippers. I really don't blame the flippers. The record store, I heard, there was one video I saw on, they said there was a line, this guy happened to fit the line. They went into the store and they only had 2 cartons of albums, and the store owner was allowing people to, the first 2 guys, he was allowing them to buy multiple copies of the same thing, which is not right. The record store owners need to make it very clear that you can buy 1 album of each, individual album. That's it. And if you want to buy another one, get back at the end of the line. And you know, if there's flippers on there, and they're, you know, they're paying, they wait in line, they buy the album for $30, and they can sell it for $100 to some idiot, or $150, then more power to them. I mean, it sucks, but I don't blame the flipper. I really don't. And there was a Sonics album that came out a couple of years ago. I believe it was a concert that they did on a Black Friday record store day. And then the following record store day, they released the album. And there was a limited numbered edition that had all these extras. And I think you could only buy it up in Washington or wherever the record store where they played the concert. And those things were selling for, I mean, my max usually is $40, I'll bid, you know. And if it goes above that, oh well. And these things were going for over $100. I think I remember one going for 90, but most of them were going well over 100. Well, I waited, you know, a year, and I picked up my one for $30. The price, I think, on it was a sealed copy, and the price sticker was on there. I think the price sticker said $24.99. So if you wait, most of these records that are priced outrageously, the price is going to come down when these flippers don't have any more takers. They don't want to hold on to the stuff. They'll sell it at cost, you know, or $5 over, $10 over cost, whatever they can get for it, basically. I mean, that's the name of the game, you know, supply and demand. So don't get angry. Just have a little patience. Because I think it was George Wildheart, I believe that's his name. He has a record store. And he stated that, you know, most record store releases, they don't really go up in value that, you know, really. They pretty much, some maintain their value, but there's a few of them go up in value and they keep that, but most of them really don't. And the ones that do, you'd probably be surprised. Probably one that will this time would be the Miley Cyrus. That might keep its value because she has a very big fan base. But anyways, don't blame the flippers. I mean, they suck. But, you know, you don't have to partake, you know. Just be patient, and that's what I plan on doing. I mean, I plan on getting that Cracked Actor one, and they're asking stupid prices for it. And I believe it was selling at Amoeba for $38. Now, I probably would have got it if I ran across it at that. But I'm seeing it sold for anywhere from $100 to $200 online. And people are bidding on them, and I mean, if you got that kind of money, good, you know, I guess, but, you know, it's not worth that. It's not going to hold that value, I guarantee you. But yeah, I would like to get the Cracked Actor one, probably the Cars Live maybe, but I definitely want to get that Def Leppard. Oh, and there was one Traveling something, the Dead Wax 66 showed, and it looked like all these hippies riding motorcycles naked. You know, that one looked pretty cool. But anyways, take care. Oh, you know what? One more thing. I'm sorry this is going on. I have an acquaintance. He's a neighbor. And we talk music sometimes. He's a pretty eccentric guy. And I told him about the vinyl community. And he's been watching VC videos for about a year, and I've been trying to talk him into making videos, but he doesn't want to go for it. But I was thinking of maybe having him, you know, as a guest or whatever, and maybe I could break the ice that way. But yeah, in the future I might have him as a guest. Is Richard Chips. Everybody refers to him as Dick. Take care, everybody.